Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and this, well, pretty nice looking lock is an Onguard Pitbull Mini DT, and that's metal. That's some really nice. Well, I'm guessing stainless steel on there, little Pitbull logo. It's actually quite a nice looking miniature bike D-lock. This one is second hand, an eBay bargain. Doesn't really say an awful lot on it. It seems to have like a 3 out of 5-star rating. I don't know what an arts rating is, got no idea. Weirdly, it says on guard lock does not open by force, which is quite a bold claim considering, with enough force you can open pretty much anything. It says it's also got anti-pick protection, whatever that means. So, now when you get one of these locks, the first thing you would do if you have a rear tensioning pick is to rear tension it, because at least 80% of all of these higher security detainer locks rear tension. They just do. Here's the key, and you'll see that it looks like it's got a 0 cut at the end. That matches very nicely with this rear tensioning tool. Yeah, so I had a good pick at it. I got an open. Feedback wasn't fantastic, but definitely could feel something. Got a nice open there. But I couldn't turn the thing open once I picked it. And then I put the tension tip on the first disc, which you can see has a profile on it. A profile like it's cut out like a butterfly. And I turned that, and then it opened. But listen to what happens when you put the key in, and you'll see, well, you hear something a bit different to normal. Listen. See? It seems to have something going on with that first disc. I don't know what, but that first disc seems to drive the locking mechanism somehow. I'd like to see inside this. Maybe it's just this lock. Maybe it's just my imagination. I don't know, but I just can't open it using the rear tension tip. I can only do it when I tension from the front disc. Then I thought, well, actually, maybe that's the point. Maybe all of these are actually front tensioning, and that actually is on purpose so that it activates whatever locking mechanism is on the inside. So then I got my front tensioning pick out, and I had a go at picking it, and I found it a whole lot easier. So yeah, I don't have many more of these, but I would hazard that they are all front tensioning. I can't guarantee it, but that's what I am thinking at the moment. So with that thought, let's pick it using a front tensioning tool. Okay, here we are in the vise. Get that key in, listen to that. Now, you can see that this key has a groove down there. It's because there are profile discs which have that bow tie shape to them, which does make moving this pick tip in and out of the lock quite difficult, even though it is in itself a bow tie shape. So what do we do? Well, we'll just give it a go anyway. The first thing we have to do is try to get that tool in the lock nice and central, and push that pick tip down like that. Then we turn it, well, actually we don't, we would draw it a little bit and then turn it so it only buys that first disc. And you can tell if you're on that, because you should just slip off it if you just pull it out a little bit more. It's about there. Hold it relatively central. Very hard to do throughout the entire pick, but we'll try. All the way to the back. You see it free spinning until we get to the first disc, which is there. And a bit more tension, and yeah, that's about right. Next disc, which is 7. Much more positive sort of click there. Next disc, which is they're already into a gate, I'd say that's a 6 there. 5, nice positive click. Must be a 0 cut. 4, 3, and 2. Try and find the gate again on this disc. It starts at the back again. This is oh, what was that? 3. Oh, 2 and oh, sorry, 3. That was 4, 3, 2 and must be almost there, because that feels like it's in a gate. 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 So does that and that. So just going through what is holding us up. Maybe I'll just withdraw that a bit more and have a go. There, got it. I think what I was doing is I was binding the second disc in. I can feel it's picked now, but if I turn it, let's see if you can listen for it. There you go, a little click, and we are open. So not amazingly easy, this lock. I think it's partly because the discs on it are very thin and very close together, so you end up rotating some of the discs back as you move between them. You can see how you know, if that's roughly, each cut on the key is roughly 1 disc spacing plus some washers either side, you don't have a lot of room, and because you're front tensioning, you'll tend to push in on the discs, compressing them slightly, and meaning you don't have quite a smooth movement. I'll just reiterate that I think because of the way that this lock works, in fact it's basically a lot of tension to open it and close it. I think it's some kind of ball detent mechanism in there, or some kind of, I don't know, some kind of something which makes it, can you hear that? It's pulling the pick tip back. So you need to be quite strong and then turn it back. So yeah, I think that these must be all front tensioning because of that mechanism. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just that this is a lucky one that is front tensioning and you need to rear tension, which is a little bit more difficult, admittedly. But yeah, very cool. I quite like this lock, actually. I quite like it. It's nice and heavy, and you can really see the metal. Quite like the Pitbull logo. But yeah, that's cool. So that's the Onguard Pitbull Mini DT picked, and I hope to see you all next time.